See, if you're going on a road and if there are some dogs barking, you just don't stop there and keep hurling stones. You're wasting your time. You have a destination to reach. You have a purpose to be fulfilled. You're clear with your mission. And the positive sign here is we could reach out to concerned authorities and we, DCI, Minister of Health and Family Welfare, including PMO, where we received acknowledgements and we could even talk in person with certain specific authorities in various government organizations who are at a very high level. Best strategy which you can implement, I was telling to some students as well also. Assume that this 31st January 2025 is final exam date. Assume. And then plan your revision accordingly. If at all there is any rescheduling of exam at a later date, consider that as bonus. And based on the inside information, the authorities are actively working on this issue, and we are hoping that they would come with an update as soon as possible. Some mischievous elements which are trying to stop us from doing what we are doing in this fight against the injustice NEET MDS aspirants have been facing for the past several years. Especially after announcement of tentative exam date, we started posting more videos trying to highlight the issue, bring it on to the surface, promote awareness, sending representations, keeping various stakeholders in loop, including students and faculty. These attacks started growing more and more. And the turning point seems to be this Silver Creator Award, because after that, after YouTube has sent us that Silver Creator Award, the nature and intensity of attacks have increased even further. Escalation has happened. And it's very funny because I very well understand the nature of human dynamics. When someone succeeds in a way, when someone is trying to go ahead with a cause, with a purpose, people are there in some section who will keep throwing stones with an intention to stop you. You know what? My very close family member was telling me, like, see, if you're going on a road and if there are some dogs barking, you just don't stop there and keep hurling stones. You're wasting your time. You have a destination to reach. You have a purpose to be fulfilled. You're clear with your mission. So that's how I see these things. So those who are making these personal attacks, all the mischievous elements, this is for you. You're miserably failing. So you should try harder. Now, coming to the major issues. First and foremost, to all the NEET MDS aspirants who are watching this video, the current reality we are living in is very peculiar. The current peculiar reality we're all in. Water, water everywhere, but not a single drop to drink. That's a perfect analogy here. There is information everywhere at our fingertips, thanks to the advancement of these 21st century technological tools that we're able to access any kind of information within few seconds, microseconds. But not every piece of information, here is where it gets interesting. Not every piece of information is right information. There is a lot of misinformation. There are a lot many rumors. And mostly people fall prey to these rumors because of some evolutionary reasons, as negative information has more influence and impact than positive information. So the rumors, the misinformation has an added advantage on an evolutionary level. The point I would like to highlight here, beware of this reality we are in. Beware of this peculiar reality we are in, where there is a lot of misinformation out there and it needs considerable effort from everyone's side in terms of time, in terms of resources, in order to differentiate right information from misinformation, in order to uncover the facts, the truth. In fact, the governments have been battling with misinformation because of political reasons. Social media corporations have been battling with this misinformation because of financial reasons or whatever it is. So on an individual level, it is definitely a challenge, but still, by relying on sources that we trust, it's tricky, but it works. By relying on sources that are official in nature, we can, to an extent, overcome misinformation. So the first and foremost thing which I wanted to highlight and remind you guys is that I know you know all these things, but it's just a reminder of the reality we are in, the peculiar reality we are in. Beware of the misinformation. There are some mischievous elements with vested interests who try to take advantage of your gullible position, of your challenge or of your problem and cash into it. Beware of such elements. Most importantly, just because someone says something to you doesn't mean that it is true. If I say something bad about you, it doesn't mean that you're bad. It only reveals my mindset. It only reveals that there is something bad in me. Just like someone is attacking you, abusing you, it has nothing to do with you. In fact, it only reveals their mindset, their upbringing, and we should feel, in fact, sorry for such individuals because these mischievous elements which are trying to cash in, they are sick by nature. We should feel sorry for them. Extend a helping hand if possible and try to bring them out of that sickness if possible. So that is the first major issue which I want to highlight, especially in this technological era where there is information everywhere. It's a huge challenge, and we need to work on this challenge consistently. So before I move on, I just wanted to highlight one thing. As I was interacting with one faculty last week, a senior most faculty, they were telling me like 30 years ago, in order to present a seminar, they used to have these analog films and they have to write, get it designed, and then in the slide projector manually, they have to keep the slides and then present it. And in order to access information, they have to go to one PubMed indexed offline center in one of the major cities and then request them for the list of topics on which articles are available, and taking those article abstracts, they have to go to another place, especially Bangalore or Davangere, where the dental colleges were there, where back then used to have a huge collection of all these articles, that is information. And there you take permission, pay some nominal fee, and then request them hard copies. There's nothing like computers or soft copies way back then, not very popular, and not every student has access to it, right? So just imagine, as they were telling me all these things, sharing their things, from there, 30 years ago, right now, we are in a completely different dynamic. Information is available just like that on fingertips. We all have access to these gadgets, smartphones. Things have changed dramatically, but not necessarily the peace of mind, not necessarily the harmony among individuals. In fact, the reverse has happened because of access to these gadgets. It's easy for us to exhibit a dark side. It's easy for us to vent out our frustration, destroy this social fabric that our cultures have built. I mean, I was reflecting on all these issues and I really wanted to share. So I'm taking this as an opportunity to share those insights as well. Anyways, coming to the major update regarding this NEET MDS exam date issue. After announcement of tentative exam date, as you know, we have been working on it consistently in order to get your demands met by these authorities. There are mainly three demands. One is clarity in exam dates, no use of words such as tentative or purely tentative. And the other one is, the second demand is announcement of exam dates, confirmed exam dates 4 to 6 months prior when they're doing for NEET PG. I mean, why not for NEET MDS? Why this second-handed approach? The third thing is make the exam format more transparent, release the key, right? And the students should be able to challenge if there are any controversial questions, make it transparent, yeah. National level exam. So these are some legitimate demands which we try to highlight and we have been working on it. And the positive sign here is we could reach out to concerned authorities and we, DCI, Minister of Health and Family Welfare, including PMO, where we received acknowledgements and we could even talk in person with certain specific authorities in various government organizations who are at a very high level. Most importantly, we could take up these issues and convey it to them in a very clear, concise manner through our representations. Thanks to you guys. You have given us all the feedback. You've given us all the inputs. You participated in these poll results, online petitions. You guys have signed. We sent all that data. And then we came to know about the reality of the working mechanisms within those government organizations. That they have to do a lot of work and they have to come up with relevant updates. And we really are demanding them to come up with the exam updates as soon as possible. So that is how that inquiry is going on. So this is what the MBE has done when it announced tentative exam date. In response to that, this is what we all have done the last 1.5 months. Now, what about you guys? How is your preparation going? What's the status of your preparation? If you remember, the very first video that I've done after the announcement of tentative exam date, I clearly remember sitting here and telling you that there will be some drama happening, right? I made that speculation. Ultimately, it will be true because common sense and observation, you know, you can predict certain things. And rather than getting lost in this drama, I clearly told you that, and I'm reminding you again, taking this as an opportunity that this drama will continue. The best strategy which you can implement, I was telling to some students as well also, assume that this 31st January 2025 is final exam date. Assume. And then plan your revision accordingly. If at all there is any rescheduling of exam at a later date, consider that as bonus. I know it's easy to say, but still psychologically, feed yourself with that input. Subconsciously, it enters and it helps you overcome all this unnecessary fear, drama, rumor-induced or negative stuff. So that's one of the best strategies you can implement. With that strategy, psychologically, you can focus on your preparation right now. Every day for once, just check out official website. I clearly told you, don't even follow our channel. I clearly told you. But I know still it is difficult to follow it, given the evolutionary results of negativity bias that individuals have. That's the reason why whenever we post any video, there will be an official source. There will be an official update, relevant official update, if possible. If not, we'll cite the source very clearly. So, using this strategy psychologically, you can focus on your preparation, your revision phase. I know it's a huge challenge, but still it is very much possible. You shouldn't stop. People will keep throwing stones at you. People will create these rumors, will create and spread this misinformation. They have their own vested interests in mind. That's okay. That's how the reality of human existence is. But in spite of all these challenges, what the hell is happening to your preparation? That's what matters at the end of the day. Are you able to consistently focus and go ahead with your preparation with renewed enthusiasm? That's all that matters. Nothing else. Rest of the things, they're all nonsense. Complete, utter nonsense. What I say, what he says, what's the update, all these are nonsensical things. In fact, I keep hearing these things from students that we completely agree. Why are we fighting? That's the unfortunate scenario here. We are fighting just for sake of some clarity in exam dates. This is the most ridiculous fight in my life. I'm telling you, we did fight for other major things, but this is the most ridiculous fight that I am ever involved in. Fighting for exam clarity, dates clarity. What nonsense. What nonsense is happening to our system. But anyways, out of helplessness, right? Most students out of helplessness, getting into depression. It feels very much painful looking into those situations. Please don't keep yourself under such challenging situation. It is happening consciously and without conscious knowledge. So using conscious efforts, you can overcome that depressive phase by indulging in positive distractions, meeting with people that you trust, exchanging various ideas, rather than getting stuck in this nonsense drama. So whatever works for you, work on it, and most importantly, be clear with what your mission is, and then go ahead with renewed enthusiasm on a consistent level. And finally, when it comes to what next in regard to this issue, we did what we could do, all of us. We sent representations, we are in touch with them, and based on the inside information, the authorities are actively working on this issue, and we are hoping that they would come with an update as soon as possible. So keep a tab on NEET.edu.in, natport.edu.in, dciindia.gov.in, mcc.nic.in is another official website which you can take care of during your counseling process. So keep a tab on these official websites, and if at all we get any inputs, we will definitely keep you guys in the loop, right? And finally, stop not till the goal is reached. There are people who will distract you, there are things which will distract you, but be clear with your intentions and plan your actions so that they are in alignment with your intention, because I firmly believe in this and it has done miracles, sort of miracles in my life, personally and professionally. And that is, if your intent is pure and if your actions are aligned with your intent, the entire universe will conspire in your favor. All the very best.